Last week, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers cut Robert Mimbs. He was the CFL's leading rusher in each of the last 2 years.
As long as I live, I'll never understand this. You know, I've been around, seen a lot of things, but I've never seen anything like this.
This isn't the first time the Bombers have released an all-Canadian running back. In 1988, they released Willard Reeves, despite the fact he had rushed for over 1,400 yards the previous year. Mimbs is coming off an even more successful season. He gained 1,769 yards along the ground, the second highest total in CFL history, and was named the Eastern Division's most outstanding offensive player. Yet that, however, meant nothing to the Bombers' decision-makers, who were more concerned about the very average 49 yards a game he'd been rushing for this year.
Robert Mimbs was cut because he wasn't performing up to expectations, up to his previous years. He didn't do the things that he had been doing in the past.
The fact that Mimbs was cut and not traded also says something about how other teams felt about his ability.
Certainly, the last thing we wanted to do was out-and-out release an all-Canadian running back. If you think for 1 minute we didn't look at other avenues as far as our shopping people around the league and things along those lines, you're completely wrong.
In fairness to the Blue Bombers, the reason Robert Mimbs was cut does have to do with ability. But it also has to do with the relationship the CFL has with its much larger American counterpart, the National Football League. Before joining the Blue Bombers' active roster in 1990, Mimbs had spent 4 years trying to make the NFL. He couldn't, so he came to the CFL. Like nearly every other player in the CFL, he's just not good enough to play in the National Football League. So when the Blue Bombers feel a player like Mimbs has lost a step, they can pick up a Mike Richardson, who will run for 197 yards in his first CFL game. Or when they release a Willard Reeves, they can pick up a Tim Jesse, who can give them nearly the same production. While these moves seldom hurt a team on the field, they also save them money on the balance sheet. By cutting Mimbs, the Bombers cut his salary from the payroll and will probably save themselves at least $15,000 this year alone.
It's got to be money. You know, I guess only certain people can get money, and I wasn't one of those people.
If the release of Mimbs is going to hurt the team, it may be at the box office.
I think the most negative part about it is the fans are trying to identify with players and even their stars, and then when you bring in so many guys in and out of the situation, it's hard to identify, and it's hard to market.
Of course, a few die-hard Robert Mimbs fans will stay away from Winnipeg Stadium to protest their hero's release, but the vast majority of Bomber fans will continue to support the team because their first loyalty, like that of team management, is to the Bomber uniform and not to the players who wear it.